It's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realize Guardian of Rebirth. Oh my god, I love this game. I don't ever want to stop. Like, I want to just keep going and never stop and, like, not sleep and just, like, call in sick to work for the next, like, month so I can play this. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, so we were about to check on Victor, so everybody should be in the mansion now. Maybe I should go visit one of them. So, yes, we're gonna go check on Victor. I wonder what Victor's doing right now. Maybe he's going over the chemicals we'll be using for the plan one last time. Maybe I'll see what he's up to. I learned the basics of handling chemicals from him. Maybe I can be his assistant at least. Victor, it's me, Spacey. Oh, hi. Hold on a moment. I'll get the door for you. Thanks for waiting. Come on in. Thank you, Victor. Aww. The moment I enter the room, I notice a strange smell and cover my nose. What is this smell? Oh, I'm experimenting with that anesthetic. The particles are so small, a normal gas mask can't block it. It also has no flavor or scent, so targets won't detect it. How did I? It doesn't travel far, so if we throw it from a distance, it won't affect us. Also, it has no side effects once it wears off. I nod as Victor's explanation continues, then I notice something on the desk. This must be what he's talking about. It sounds amazing. Is this it? I reach out to pick up the glass tube. Oh, don't touch it. Whoa, no, stop! That's dangerous. Victor panics and stops me. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, I didn't want you to knock yourself unconscious. Sorry for reacting like that. That's fine. I'm sorry for trying to touch it without your permission. Still, I'm amazed. You can make any kind of drug. It's not that great. It's going to be used to hurt people. The primary purpose of alchemy is to create things that help people. In the past, alchemy was only seen as a way to grant wishful thinking, like creating gold from nothing or immortality elixirs. But now, the main focus of our research has been to create medicine to help people. The purpose of alchemy is not to create weapons like this. Victor looks pained when he says this. It also feels like there's something deeper, beyond the current situation. The drugs you're making aren't weapons, because you're trying to keep from hurting the people they'll be used on, even though they might be trying to kill you. If everyone was like you, the world would be a much more peaceful place. Thank you, but I don't deserve such compliments. Why not? No, sorry, forget it. All right, I'll drop the subject. It seems that there's something Victor doesn't want to open up about. I understand the importance of keeping things to yourself, and fall silent. Oh, by the way, I did create a drug that causes abnormal feelings of cheerfulness. Would you like to try it? Well, what is with the weird classes now? All of a sudden we can't see his eyeballs. No thanks. We continued chatting for a while. The station is filled with people. Some people are greeting those exiting the train. Others are waiting for the night's last train. Others simply watch the trains. Our plan will be going off very soon. We've all come to Waterloo Station, one of London's many train stations. We're here to see the train we'll board. The final train will arrive at this platform and leaves in another 2 hours. Lupin suggests that we take this time to get a good look at the actual train. In any case, there's so many people here. Even with the increasing popularity of automobiles and airships, steam locomotives remain a major method of transportation. Lupin was right. Even though we are being pursued by the government, as long as we blend in with confidence, no one notices. Van Helsing is standing back a small ways away, so we don't stand all together. Saint Germain is standing by elsewhere. For now, it seems that no one is paying attention to us. Is the locomotive almost here? It should be here soon. Keep your eyes out for it. You're in for a real surprise. Lupin looks at his pocket watch as he answers me. God, he has a pocket watch, so hot. Speak of the devil, there it is. I turn my gaze to the other end of the platform and see something black approach out of the darkness and get bigger. Then, choo-choo, oh my god, it's a train! If it was the Hogwarts Express, I understand, but I mean, it's the first time she's seeing a train, so. It lets out a roaring whistle that hurts my ears as an iron machine lets off steam and comes to a stop. It looks more like a black metal mountain than any kind of vehicle. I'm struck speechless at the powerful presence of the huge machine before us. Impey had told me about it, but I didn't think it would be such an intense experience to see and hear it in person. This is the locomotive? Surprised, eh? I was taken aback the first time I saw it, too. It was unbelievable that science could move something so big. Yes, it's amazing. I'm unable to take my eyes off the locomotive. These steam trains don't use the Neo-Steam engine, do they? They run on traditional engines. Not true, Victor. This one's an exception. It uses the Neo-Steam engine as a booster to dramatically increase its horsepower. That's how it became a monster train that can carry so many passengers. It's a fusion of tradition and innovation. It's amazing that something like this can even move. My jaw is agape as I look up at the mass of black iron standing astride the tracks. All right, enough oogling. We're not here to sightsee. Lupin's words bring me back to reality, and I take a better look at it. That's right, our mission will take place on this train. Oh my god. Lupin walks around the train car as he explains the plan to us again. It's like, do. As he said in the beginning, our plan will take place on a moving train. First of all, there will be regular passengers on board along with us until it reaches a certain station. Oh, my neck hurts so bad. I'm trying to snap it. Van Helsing and Victor will board the last car among those passengers. When our target gets on the train, the rest of the passengers will be removed. Then Van Helsing and Victor will hide on board. Once the train passes the point Lupin specified, Van Helsing and Victor will cause a commotion to draw out the target's guards. Once enough of the guards have been lured away to the very last car, we'll uncouple it, enemy soldiers and all. That way, we can separate a good number of the guards from the Twilight leader. And this is the ruins that we were picked up at. While this is going on, Lupin, Impey, and Saint Germain will drive an automobile to the end of the track we will divert it to. The Count will wait there at the end point with the automobile. He will simply wait there until we cut off the train car carrying the leader and bring it to that location. Lupin and Impey will approach the train from above using a flying machine called an ornithopter? An ornithopter? Yeah, an ornithopter, and land on the target's car. Ornithopter, a flying machine that flies by flapping its wings like a bird or insect. Smaller than the common airplane, they are capable of nimble movements and sharp turns. Using a device created by Impey, Lupin will cut off the train car from the car ahead, including the locomotive engine. At the same time, the tracks will be switched, pulling the single train car onto a separate track, away from the guards. After that, Lupin will shoot some fireworks into the air, signaling Van Helsing and Victor, then send Impey to pick them up. The train car that was cut off will continue rolling to the end of the line, running on one of Impey's inventions. In the back car that was cut off, Victor and Van Helsing will fight the guards and then head to the target's train car. If possible, they will overpower the guards, protecting the target and capture him. If that's too difficult, they will wait. Either way, once the separated train car reaches its destination, Saint Germain will join Van Helsing and Victor to defeat the remaining guards and capture the target. Then, the target will be placed on the automobile and everyone will drive back to the mansion. Someone is so gonna fucking die. Or get captured. This is not gonna go as planned. It never does. If something goes wrong, we're to run to the rendezvous point. Impey can then help out in battle as he will be flying near the train car while the plan is being carried out. That's an overview of the plan. Oh god, something is gonna go so fucking wrong. And there we have it. Any questions? We circle around the train as Lupin goes over the mission in detail. In a busy fucking train station. Fucking genius. He ends his explanation as we reach the first car. At that moment... Whoa. Lupin leans backwards, bumping into the shoulder of a passerby. Excuse me. The man continues on his way. Lupin watches the man leave with a puzzled expression. What's the matter? I Just thought it was strange that I didn't notice that man approaching. I hope my perception isn't getting dull. Hey, don't say that. You're scaring me. You're probably just tired. Oh, yeah, I just developed a medicine that makes you cheerful. Would you like some? Look at Waters with his glasses! No, that sounds incredibly shady. Lupin, what should I do? That's right. I never told you. Your part in this plan is up to you. I get to choose? Either you go with Van Helsing and Victor and be in charge of disconnecting the rail car with the guards, or you can come along with Impey and the Count and help me out. Either way, your task will be to break one of the connectors, so it's essentially the same either way. Lupin hands me a small device and a toolbox as he says this. That's a device to break the connector. Attaching it is a bit complicated. Can you do it? Who do you think trained her? It'll be a piece of cake. Maybe you should have told me this before fucking now and shown me how to use this fucking thing. I study the device for a while and come to an understanding as to its workings. Yes, it will be simple. Are you sure you want me to do it? The connectors won't dislodge so easily while the train is in motion. All the weight of the cars behind hold it tight. But you, in the worst case scenario, you can use your poison to melt through the connector. That makes you the best suited for that task out of all of us. We're counting on you. Okay, I'll try. We'll split into 2 teams. Impey, Saint Germain, and myself will leave the station. Victor and Van Helsing board the train. Oh God, what do I do? Well, wait. It's gonna be... Oh, whoops. I think I'm gonna board the train because, first of all, Victor and Van Helsing, we're going after the Victor thing. But also, they have 3 people leaving the train and only 2 boarding the train. So I think we need a 3rd on the train. But I love the fact that we get to choose, and this is fucking exciting, and I can't wait to actually play this and do all of the other fucking options. I want to know what happens if we leave the train. But I'm going to board the train. I'm getting on the train. Right. Look out for her, Victor. Tell Van Helsing to do the same. I guess it's dangerous no matter where she goes. I'll do everything I can to protect her. Victor nods, and Lupin's group leaves. Van Helsing joins me and Victor on the platform. I see you've decided to come with us. I guarantee that you'll be safe. Just don't get in our way. Don't worry, I can defend myself. Hopefully it's not all talk. Shall we board then? We still have much to do. I follow Victor and Van Helsing. I look up at the massive machine one last time before boarding the train car. Oh my God, I'm so excited! It almost feels like I'm being devoured. I shake my head to dispel this awful image and step aboard. We board the last car of the train. That person recognized Lupin. You know it is that man. Oh, excuse me. That was suspicious. He's like, I didn't notice him. Because that guy is a guard or something, and they noticed him, and something's gonna go wrong, and it's gonna be that guy, and like, oh fuck. Anyway, you know it. That was Herlock Sholmes. I bet it was. But anyway, no, I love the fact that it gave me the choice, but I do feel I was kind of leaning this way just because Victor and Van Helsing, okay, those are my top boys, because Lupin, we obviously can't romance until the end, as far as I can tell. And, you know, also it's 2 to 3, so it would be 2 against 4, like 2 people on one team, 4 on the other, and I just feel like we should even the odds here a little for our boys. Take care of our boys. So we board the last car of the train. Once our plan begins, our objective will be to lure the guards to this car and disconnect it, guards and all. There are already a few passengers on board, and I hear chattering around me. This is what it's like inside. It's so strange that so many people can travel all together. I feel a little restless. I know how you feel. I felt somewhat the same way the first time I wrote it. You'll get used to it soon. It's more important that you be on your guard. We're in a life or death situation now. I know. We've got to make this happen. I wonder if it will all go as planned. It will. We're going to make sure it does. The whistle blows again, and the scenery outside the window begins to move slowly. The train is finally moving. A regular series of vibrations shakes my body. The sensation makes me more nervous. We leave the station and pass through the city. and it suddenly becomes dark outside. The moon shines over a bare field of grass. At first, Van Helsing and Victor go over the plan again and again, but eventually they fall silent. They're probably lost in their thoughts. Will I soon be faced with the answers to some of my mysteries? My poison and people who have information about my family. The train eventually comes to a stop. The passengers exit one after another. Finally, our kidnapping mission has begun. I'm going to say Van and Victor. A while after that, we conceal ourselves behind the seats of the now quiet train car and wait for the train to depart. We departed with the other passengers. Once the conductor's inspection of the train finished, we snuck back aboard. We sit still, waiting for the right moment. Then, the train begins moving again. How did 3 people get on? Now, this train has turned into a prison on wheels. Van Helsing says this quietly as he unpacks the weapons he'd been hiding. We're stuck here as well, Van Helsing. Victor is holding the detonator given to him by Impey tightly. We have no reason to try to flee. This time, we are the hunters. I pray we get through this without being overrun. Spacey, are you ready? Yes, I'll stay hidden. If something happens to you two, I'll assess the situation and take appropriate action. Good. Ideally, you won't have to do anything, but watch. Ideally, you won't have to do anything but watch. Van Helsing looks out the window. There's a windmill on a nearby hill, a landmark Lupin had told us about. When the windmill is out of sight, that's our cue to take action. The blades of the windmill are spinning rapidly. The wind must be very strong. Lupin and Impey are supposed to attack the train from the ornithopter. I hope they'll be all right. None of us can hide our nervousness as the moment approaches. Soon. Very soon. And then, we wait some more. No, I'm just kidding. Victor, now! At Van Helsing's command, the bombs set in the car ahead of us go off, one after another. The car shakes violently, the lights and heat reaching as far as our car, even though none of the bombs were set in here. That was a huge explosion. Won't the train break? It's fine. Those bombs I made have a little destructive power, but release a lot of light, smoke, and noise. I hope that will draw at least a few of the Twilight guards. If only it was that easy. Twilight is not made up of incompetence. If any of the guards are particularly skilled agents... We hear footsteps approaching the door to this car. Oh, look at it. He's got his little vials. It's all cute. And Van Helsing's got his guns pointed at our face. I love it. Thickly. Victor and Van Helsing stand in the middle of the car with their weapons out, and I hide in the rear behind them. Then, countless soldiers appear. They're dressed so snazzy, though, with their death masks, like their plague doctor faces. They look just like the ones that attacked me in the poor area of London. These men are indeed Twilight agents. Some of them will obviously have more superior abilities than others. The soldiers are completely focused and show no hesitation at all. Look at how they're all like in unison. It's creepy. They immediately draw their swords when they see us. Woo! However, Van Helsing fires his guns before they can act, taking down some of the guards near the entrance. Why is he so hot? But they're no match for us. One thing Twilight doesn't teach its agents is that there's always someone better than you. God, he's hot. I can't help it. He's hot. I don't know. Van Helsing skillfully wields his shotguns and shoots the soldiers trying to enter the car, one after another. Shotgun. Weapons carried by Van Helsing. He always has 2 on him at all times and has a variety of ammunition types to give him an advantage in any battle situation. The guards aren't bleeding, however. It seems Van Helsing is using rock salt again, which doesn't cause lasting damage. How kind of him. The windows on one side of the car shatter. Guards swing in from the roof, trying to flank us. I mean, he really should be killing them, but he's kind of nice to not. But they're also bad people. So, well, then again, maybe they're really not. I mean, we're technically bad people, so I don't know. Van Helsing, watch out! Pitiful. They call this a surprise attack. God, he's fucking hot. He's such a douche. God, I love him. In an instant, Van Helsing's gunfire knocks the soldiers right out the windows, pushing them out the way they came in. Twilight really lowered their standards. This kind of lukewarm assault would not have passed as an attack when I was part of the organization. I hope you can hear, like, the music and the background noise. I know it's really low, but I just realized that, like, I can hear it fine, but wow. Yeah, wow. Maybe he just might be able to handle this single-handedly. I would if I didn't have any baggage. The real action is about to start. Victor, I need you to cover our backs. The moment he says this, the windows on the other side shatter and more Twilight troops start piling in. No! Stop wasting time whining and shoot them. If you're too slow, you'll die. Van Helsing continues to fire, taking down soldiers with every shot. Victor glances over to my hiding place, then nods. I'm not backing down. I can do this. Leave it to me. Aww. Victor throws a glass tube towards a group of soldiers hiding behind the seats. With a dull popping sound, many of the enemy troops fall to the ground. I don't intend to kill anyone, but I have to stand my ground. Oh, Victor, you're so sweet. That's the spirit. Don't worry about me. Use everything you've got to take them all out. The battle gets more and more intense. Van Helsing shoots the soldiers entering from the front of the car, while those in cover fall victim to Victor's glass tubes. I mean, how many fucking possible people can you have on this train? Look, you've got like 80 of them. Van Helsing himself had taught me that very difficult and overwhelming... Van Helsing himself had taught me that it's very difficult to overwhelm an enemy when fighting in a small space. Even with that in mind, Victor and Van Helsing still seem invincible. Maybe it will really only take the two of them to nullify all the Twilight soldiers guarding this train. But even as I'm thinking this, the stream of soldiers seems never ending. I start to wonder where they had all been riding. Victor suddenly stops throwing tubes. His face is twisted with disappointment. I look at his hands, and I see that he's run out of tubes. The soldier swings in through the window and lands right next to Victor. Let's kick his ass! He's in danger! Come out of hiding. Victor! I shout and come out from behind the seat. The Twilight soldier turns toward me, his sword pointed at Victor, but I'm faster. The best way to send the maximum amount of force at an enemy is to use my entire body. I'll throw myself at him. And I might die, but... I lead with my shoulder and charge into the man, sending him flying. In a moment of panic, I lose my own balance and tumble to the floor. I try to get up, but another soldier is already standing above me, about to strike with a sword. Fuck, man. I'm going to die. No, we're not. The moment I think this, a gunshot fires and the soldier is thrown aside. Van Helsing! Thank you for saving me. I thought I told you not to get in the way, but your quick thinking is worth notice. Good work. Oh. Hey. I know, but I didn't want Victor to die. Van Helsing. The two of them handle wave after wave of soldiers, but the enemy attacks get more and more intense. At this rate, Van Helsing and Victor will be overcome, even with their skills. As I think this, Van Helsing looks over at me. That's enough. It's time to run. Victor and I nod. Our objective is to lure the soldiers here, then disconnect the rear train car to cut them off from the Twilight leader. There are enough soldiers here in this car. All that's left to do is dash through the crowd of enemies and cut this car off. Victor and I run after Van Helsing. The Twilight soldiers standing in our way are shot down over and over by a storm of bullets from Van Helsing's guns. After running through several train cars, we turn back to look at the ones behind us. Victor, cover me. Right. Spacey, you're up. Break the connector. I'll handle any enemies that approach. Leave it to me. You better fucking be able to do this, bitch. I crouch down and start attaching the device I was given to the connector. The device is fairly complicated to install, but with all the training Impey has given me, I'm able to handle it easily. I quickly disengage the safety. It's done. Now, Van Helsing's guns go off nearby. I take out a wrench and screwdriver and quickly secure the device. It's supposed to set off a directed blast that will precisely destroy the connector. It's in place. Oh, it's in place now. Set it off. The connector breaks with a muffled explosion. I'm so glad it worked. The soldiers realize what we've done and rush over, but Van Helsing's guns keep them at bay. The final cars gradually fall behind, with many of the guards still on it. Yes, so far so good. This is no time to celebrate. We're almost at the track switch. Oh, that's right. I'll keep my guard up, don't worry. But there shouldn't be any more enemies, right? Then... Fuck my life. As I say this, several troops appear from the back door, where we had just caught off the train. What? How are they coming in from there? This is endless. They probably came over the roof, thinking we wouldn't be watching in that direction now. Van Helsing takes several shots without missing a beat, backing away while keeping the enemies from advancing. Jesus, this is strange. There's still so many soldiers left, and we haven't seen Lupin's signal. What's going on with his group? From the looks of this situation, all I know is that it can't be going well. The hell are those clowns doing? Listen closely, Spacey. Victor and I will take care of these guys. We need you to go 2 cars ahead of us. From there, climb onto the roof. Impey should notice you up there and take you somewhere safe for the time being. What about you and Victor? A tube thrown by Victor explodes against a soldier trying to climb in a window. I thought he didn't have any more tubes. I don't have many left, but I can still fight. Don't worry about us. Go. Run as fast as you can. Van Helsing's words give me an extra push, and I start to run. Oh, we're going to run into somebody, and we're going to get captured. I run through the car where Victor and Van Helsing are fighting, and into the next. At a glance, there don't appear to be any enemies in here. If I can climb up to the roof of the next car, Impey should see me. I take a breath and tell myself that it'll be all right. I suddenly hear footsteps approaching from the car ahead. Hide. A Twilight soldier enters the car. Maybe there's still a great many soldiers on board, like those we had encountered earlier. I've been ordered to capture you. I spin to the side and barely avoid a quick swing of his blade. In the next instant, the man has the tip of his sword at my throat. Don't bother trying to resist. Hi, handsome. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Sorry, he's in his fucking getup and I love it. Oh, hey. Hey, baby. Oh, I love my boyfriends. Oh. Oh, no, don't skip. No, don't skip. Oh, whoops. I was about to say the same thing, idiot. What? Before the soldier can turn around, Lupin sticks some sort of needle in the man's neck. With that, the soldier slowly collapses. Nice job with that anesthetic, Victor. Works like a charm. Lupin! Hello, Spacey. It would appear that your group has run into some roadblocks as well. Lupin, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be breaking the connector closer to the head of the train? We encountered some difficulties. I hadn't accounted for this horrible weather. The weather? There's a storm outside. The ornithopter couldn't approach as easily as we'd like. Took Impey some effort to get me here. Van Helsing told me to join Impey. That was a good idea, but it's not possible. It's all Impey can do right now just to keep up with the train. Then what should I... It's going to be fine. We just need to tweak the plan a little. Trust me. Come with me. That'll be safest. All right? He looks me in the eyes, then smiles fearlessly. I love him. I love them all. Right. Let's continue the mission. It's time for round 2. We've strayed from the plan, but we still have to dislodge that connector. We'll keep moving forward and climb onto the roof of the car right before the leader is in. Can you move silently? Of course I can. You made sure I learned how. Good response. Let's go, Lupin. I set off running, but Lupin grabs my arm. Hold on. There's someone behind the seats. Hey, come out now! Lupin shouts toward the last row of seats, and a figure rises from behind them. Oh, so you sensed my presence. It would seem you're much more perceptive than what I'd heard. Oh, I don't recognize the man, but I've heard that voice before. Did you bump into Lupin back at the station? Oh, you have a good memory, my lady. That's right, I do apologize for bumping into you earlier. Is this Sherlock Holmes or the other guy? I don't know, I can't remember. They got too fast. You're not a member of Twilight, are you? Who are you? It is! Yay! My name is Sherlock Holmes. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Sherlock Holmes. Oh! But he's the good guy and we're with the bad guy. But the bad guy's so hot, but the good guy's cute too. But he's not as hot as Van Helsing. I can't help it. I don't know. Who knows if our meeting is through chance or necessity? When I saw you at the station, I noticed you were suspicious. And when I overheard your conversation, I was certainly surprised to learn that you were planning a bold kidnapping plot. I see, so you were eavesdropping on us. Strange. I could have sworn that I was being extremely cautious. Oh, you think too highly of yourself if you think that you're the only one with a talent for subterfuge. Wouldn't you say, Monsieur Lupin? So, you know who I am as well. Scary. I mean, everyone, he goes around like, Arsène Lupin. I'm Arsène Lupin! And everyone knows who you are, especially in the getup. Anyone with a healthy interest in criminology knows your name, Mr. Gentleman Thief. The man calling himself Sholmes looks at us as if he can see through everything. Who are you? Me? Just a lowly private detective. Private detective? So you're just an ordinary civilian. Stay out of our way. We don't have time to deal with you. I wouldn't be so sure. It's a detective's duty to stop a crime in process if he sees one taking place, is it not? I'm terribly sorry, but you're under arrest. As he says this, he takes a fighting pose. It's nothing grandiose. He simply thrusts his left hand forward, but it makes him a completely different person. I can tell from Van Helsing's training, this Sholmes is very strong. I swear your treatment won't be rough if you surrender to me. Thanks for the warning, but sorry, we have our own situation to deal with, so... Why don't you take a little nap? Lupin points his walking stick at the man, and smoke spews from the tip. Walking stick, one of Lupin's beloved getaway gadgets. Despite its simple appearance, it has a number of functions. In a matter of seconds, a cloud of white smoke has swallowed Sholmes. Is that Victor's anesthetic? Lupin grins in response. Even a small whiff of this is enough to bring you to your knees. If he breathes in too much at once... I don't think so. Sholmes' hand reaches out from the cloud, and Lupin jumps back just in time. Woo! Let's touch him, Spacey. When the smoke clears, Sholmes is standing there looking as calm as ever. What? How? Huh? How are you still standing? That's a pretty potent drug. I heard you tap the ground with that stick at the station. From the sound, I knew it had some sort of trick to it. At first, I thought you had a hidden blade in it, but then I thought it sounded hollow. I deduced it was most likely gas. On top of that, the great Arsène Lupin is known as a gentleman thief. You probably wouldn't carry a lethal weapon. Thus, the gas was likely a smokescreen, or a vaporous knockout gas. I've dabbled a bit in the pharmaceutical sciences as well. Yes, I take opium. Knowing that, it's easy to find countermeasures to protect myself. Really? In a matter of a couple of hours? I've covered my mouth with a handkerchief, soaked in a neutralizer I threw together, and... Oh, you're gone. Thank you for your valuable opinion. It gave us time to get away. Lupin and I were already running towards the car ahead of us. Oh, you're gone. I love it. He's such a cocky son of a bitch. I see. You have great insight. You have some great insight, finding opportunities in any situation. However, Lupin suddenly trips and his mask falls to the ground. No! Whoa, what's this? Lupin, there's a string around your feet. The sparkling thin string extends all the way back to Sholmes' hand. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but we can't let Sherlock Holmes win. Sherlock Holmes win. We can't let him win. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love Sherlock Holmes. I love me some Sherlock Holmes, and I'm down with the shit, but no. We're on Lupin's side. You can't do this, man. Smack him, Spacey. You're too self-confident. That's why you didn't even realize that you'd fallen for such a rudimentary trap. When did you do this? While you were fighting off the soldiers earlier. When you thought there were only guards on board, you'd already lost. Sholmes begins to wind the string towards him, dragging Lupin across the floor. Whoa, do you think you're some sort of spider or something? Ha! Detectives need to develop some street magician-level techniques in order to catch their targets these days. Lupin! Without thinking, I pull off my glove and grab the string with my bare hand. It's no use, my lady. You're no match for my strength. I'm not using my strength. Smoke rises from the string in my hand as it melts, disappearing like a snowflake. Lupin, who had been sliding across the floor this whole time, comes to a stop. Oh my god. Oh, that was unexpected. Seems there's more to you than meets the eye. It's none of your business. I put my glove back on and glare at him. That's unfortunate. Either way, I advise you not to turn your back on me. Damn, this guy is a handful. Lupin starts whispering to me. Spacey, you go back onto the roof and hold on against the wind. Impey will come for you eventually. Don't worry about me. I can't do that. Van Helsing and Victor are still fighting, and Sholmes here is tough. If the leader's personal guards head this way for some reason, you'd be blocked in on both sides. I have to worry about you. That's an accurate analysis of the situation. I'll break the connector on my own. Then we can pull the train car to the line. And that will cause the car to slow down, making it easier for Impey to come pick up everyone. This way, we all have the best chance of making it out alive. You already understand that, don't you? Can I trust you to get it done? Yes. You've taught me all the skills I need. Do you think you're sharing secrets over there? I can hear everything. I didn't think that infamous Lupin would have an apprentice. She's quite a cute understudy. Oh, hi. I know. We'll romance you in the next one. I mean, in all seriousness, no. I just don't understand because, like, that's future blessings, right? But it makes it seem like after this, you're in a romancy with one of your dudes, right? At the end. So how do you start that one? You're in a romance with someone and then, like, what happened? Like, I mean, it's going to be weird. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, actually, no. Because I guess if you think about it, it's the same thing with amnesia, memories. The other ones, you take a path. You're like, okay, this is my romance with how my life would be if I stayed with Shin or Toma. So that's kind of, I'm assuming, what this one does. But I'm just curious. I guess I'm curious because I could never play any of the other amnesia ones. But anyway, if you think she's only here for her looks, you're going to get hurt. But before you do, I'll show you some pain myself. As Lupin says this, he throws a flash grenade toward Sholmes. I start to run and don't stay to see what happens next. I'm worried about Lupin, but I need to take care of my own task. I love you, Lupin! I'll never forget you! I leave the train car. You know he's going to be fine, but the window of the door to the next car is covered by a black curtain. I can't see inside, but that means that whoever's in there can't see me either. I carefully climb the ladder to the roof. The wind outside is so strong, and with the train's speed, I might be blown right off the roof if I'm not careful. In the howling wind, with my clothes being pulled about, I start making my way across the roof. So now this outfit is helpful, because that giant skirt we'd have whipped off. It'd been like a goddamn hot air balloon. I have to use all the skills I've learned to head the other side of the next car without making any careless noises. I somehow make it to the connector. It looks like I'll be able to take care of this before we reach the track switch. Right before I attach the device, a sudden curiosity makes me turn around. There are no black curtains over the window on this side of the car, and I can see into the interior. But what? There's nobody in the car we're supposed to disconnect. Did Lupin get the wrong car? There's no way. Uh-oh. This is the other dude! At that moment, I feel something hard pressed against my temple. I slowly look up and see a man standing there. Cross your hands behind your head. Don't resist and I won't shoot you. I obey him, moving slowly. He orders me to walk, and the two of us slowly enter another train car, not the one Lupin and I had planned to disconnect. Fuck. Oh, we're fucked! There are almost a dozen soldiers in here. If I had to take on this number of guards by myself, there's no way I could win. Don't give up. Look for an opportunity. That's how Lupin had taught me to think when caught in a situation like this. Take off your gloves and burn them fucking all. Kill them. Touch them all. Thanks to his lessons, I was able to calmly observe my surroundings without panicking. Nobody utters a word. The only sound is the rattle of the train along the tracks. I wonder what happened to the others. Did my failure put them all in danger? As I'm thinking this... you certainly are a quiet one. Several Twilight soldiers stand around me as I sit in the narrow passage, my legs tucked beneath me. The man who captured me is smiling at me in a calm manner that seems oddly out of place in this situation. I was expecting a young girl such as yourself to cry or scream or make some sort of commotion. It would seem that you have more self-control than you let on. Or are you merely mute from terror? I'm scared, but it's in times like this that I most need to remain calm. Aha, I see. Wonderful. I'd like some of my men to follow your example of composure. I suppose you are a unique individual, after all. To us, and to him, and to the entire world. Him? The world? What is he talking about? I open my mouth to ask, but I'm cut off by a voice coming from behind the man. This conversation is unnecessary, Alistair. Fine. Be your usual cruel self, denying this old fool the joy of conversation. The man referred to as Alistair chuckles to himself and moves aside. The person standing behind him is... Finis. Yep. Then I know she's the leader. We finally meet, sister. The speaker is a young boy. Oh, I thought Finis was a chick with the hair. No, okay, so Finis is a boy, a young boy. Okay. Sitting on an armrest of one of the train seats. His hair is a white golden color. His eyes are jade, each a different shade. I really thought Finis was a chick when the intro, because that hair is so girly. Those Princess Leia buns. Dude. Okay, I was thrown. So, wait. Did our father make a second one of us? That's not cool. His voice is as cold as ice, and he turns a thin smile toward me. Sister, who are you? Oh, that's right. You wouldn't know who I am. You were always asleep. You only awoke a year or so ago, but you have knowledge, don't you, sister? You and I share the same father. That would make it a simple matter to figure out why I call you my sister, yes? Sister? That means we must be related by blood. And he has a connection with my father. Could it be? Are you my younger brother? The boy nods, satisfied. Yes, indeed. I am your younger brother. My name is Finis. What's more, see, I thought Finis was a boy's name, and then when they showed the picture, I was like, oh, Finis is a girl. Okay, I was wrong. I'm currently the leader of Twilight, but I knew Finis was the leader of Twilight. I just didn't know he was a boy. And the person you have come here for. How can you be my brother? It's the truth. I am your brother. Your one and only remaining family member. I'm so surprised I forget to breathe. I can't believe I have a brother. And that this sibling sitting right in front of me is the Twilight Commander. Who could have imagined it? You and I have inherited the dreams of our father, Isaac Beckford. We inherited his dreams? I can't help but repeat what he said. Do I surprise you? Of course, anyone would react this way in discovering that the people hunting you are led by family. I know we're hitting so long. What's more, you have something you want to ask me, don't you? About why Twilight wants you? About the horologium in your chest? About your memory, perhaps? Why your body is filled with poison and what it is? And of course, about whether or not it is possible to remove that poison. How do you know? How? Ha! You are funny. You and your crew tried to trap me, but you fell into our trap instead. I leaked the information that I would be aboard this train, knowing it would reach your ears. With just a touch of a lie regarding the amount of security that would be with me. I just wanted to meet you already, so I threw out some bait to lure you in. See? I'm sorry! Finis looks like a chick! Finis looks like a little girl! Dude! Honey! I mean, boyfriend... I suppose he should be... I'm just fabulous. Because he just is pushing the lines here. Oh, is this all new information confusing to you? Don't worry, we can go over all of it again later. This probably isn't a very relaxing place for you. They say his eyes are two different colors, but they look the same in the game. Alistair, we've secured my sister. Let's go. A dull explosion shakes me to the core, and the man who had me at gunpoint earlier nods. We've just wrapped things up as well. I turn back and see the train car behind us falling behind, getting further away. This means that I've been isolated from Lupin and the others. No more interruptions. Now we just... Suddenly the window shatters as someone leaps through the glass to stand between Finis and me. Impey? The Twilight soldiers react quickly, but faster still are a fuselage of gunshots that take them down one after another. It seems you spoke too soon. We have an unwanted visitor, Alistair. Looks like you didn't quite finish your job. Don't be too hard on me. Most plans go awry when you're up against the human weapon. Oh, hi. Oh, it's Van Helsing. I figured it was Impey, but he's still flying the thing. And then I was like, the spiky hair and the guns. I was like, maybe it's not. I don't know. I didn't want to make any guesses. Aside from, yeah. Thank you. Van Helsing doesn't let me finish. He holds up a hand to stop me and keeps his distance, staring at Finis. Nobody move. If anyone so much as lifts a finger, I'll shoot this man. I'll shoot Finis, boy. Van Helsing points a gun at Finis. I mean, Finis is like, we're like, probably like, yeah, I mean, what is he like, 17 maybe, tops, 18? If we're like maybe 20-ish, I don't know. Van Helsing points a gun at Finis. He's completely calm and seems to have firmly set his mind on a course of action. Sensing his tense, murderous intent, the few conscious soldiers around us show no signs of taking action. Now, who do we have here? The infamous Abraham von Helsing himself. It's been a while, hasn't it? When did we last speak? Oh my god. Okay, I have to stop. I want to keep going. I really do, but we have to fucking stop and wrap this part up because we were like pushing 50 minutes. This one is so long, but it's like so good right now, and I don't want to stop. Oh my god. I might just record another part after this, even though it's like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I have stuff I gotta do, but I can't. I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop this part here. I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll continue in the next part. I'm gonna save it, and I'm not gonna play, so it's gonna drive me crazy because it's like, I wanna know what's going on! God, I love these games. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.